How does it go?
In case you've been under a rock, Ozempic is a new class of weight loss drug that is delivering astonishing results.
These drugs have become all the rage in Hollywood, from Golden Globe jokes.
And welcome to the 82nd Golden Globes, Ozempic's biggest night.
To testimonials from Oprah, Sharon Osbourne, and Amy Schumer. The secret is out.
I lost 45 now. Yeah, it was 45 pounds.
A smaller portion, like, shut the f*** up. You're on Ozempic.
What's the biggest game changer right now? Everyone says the GLP-1s.
McDonald's stock price is down again. Some analysts think Ozempic is to blame.
It appears Ozempic and pharmaceutical knockoffs are in such high demand, black market websites have popped up overnight.
They're basically churning out prescriptions like crazy.
It is the most radical transformation that we've seen in the pharmacology of weight loss ever.
We want to pop the pill that gives us all the effects of exercise without actually exercising.
Like, everyone is shrinking. People drink a whole heck of a lot less on these medications.
The Ozempic effect, Ozempic face, Ozempic butt.
Ozempic can lead to loose breasts.
Is this how Ozempic works? Do you lose weight because you're expelling everything in your soul?
Who's monitoring it for side effects, and who's adjusting for your other medications? Nobody.
This medication is not just an appetite suppressant. It has a deep effect practically in every organ in the body.
Impulse control is up, body inflammation down.
I think it will be one of the most popular drugs of all time.
I'm Dr. Jason Fung. I wrote several books, including The Obesity Code. So a GLP-1 is a specific hormone in our body that tells us essentially to stop eating. The most well-known, the Ozempic, slows down the movement of food in our stomach. So therefore, if things are not moving out of our stomach, they're just sitting there, well, you're not going to want to eat because, all that food is just sitting there. There's plenty of positives weight loss can have, for sure. But this is a drug. It's much more complex than calories in, calories out.
I'm Dr. Alexandra Soa. I have been practicing obesity medicine for over 10 years. I am author of The Ozempic Revolution. It is a revolution. I don't believe that there's been anything else in my lifetime of practicing medicine that's come out into the world that has had such a big impact and will continue to have such a big impact. The medication talks to our brain and it says, you don't need to be hungry all the time. People will hear this and say, well, why can't I just naturally increase my native GLP-1? What's very, very different is that the native GLP-1 lasts at most a minute or two, while the synthetic version lasts on the level of weeks. We're about to get to 50% of the population suffering from obesity. GLP-1 medications are some of the most powerful tools that we have to treat the obesity epidemic.
My name is Brian Murray. I'm a registered massage therapist. I'm 39 years old. I started my Ozempic journey 2-3 months ago, and it's because my blood sugar was unbridled. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes when I was 38. The average person's blood sugar should be about 5 to 7. Once your blood sugar hits about 10 to 15, you enter stroke territory and you could fall into a diabetic coma just for fun. My blood sugar did end up peaking at 27.9. 27 is bonkers high. I'm walking sugar. Like, this is crazy. I had 3 or 4 different medical professionals literally look at me and be like, how are you still alive? The good news with the Ozempic for me is that it has completely balanced my blood sugar. Like, it's undeniable. This morning, my blood sugar is 5.4. So every Tuesday at 10:30 is Ozempic day. for me. Once you set the dosage, you lift, you inject, and then you push and hold the button. Oh, click, 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 click when it's going. And you count to 6. Done.
My name is Edna Sutherland. I'm a nurse. In my 20s, I was very skinny. And you know all the attention that you get when you're skinny, and then suddenly, because of age, now you start gaining weight. And then I went through a divorce, so I got depressed, and all I did was eat and drink and party. I wanted to lose weight, but I was feeling lazy, not motivated to work out and eat healthy. Everyone was talking about Ozempic, and then suddenly celebrities were looking slimmer and skinnier. And then I was like, I'm gonna try it.
Is that you?
She was like, where are you? Is that you? When I heard about Ozempic, I thought it was like a gift from God. The heaviest I got was 185 pounds. And I've lost weight. Now I'm 135 pounds. Yeah.
So you've lost 50 pounds?
Yes. I don't recognize that person. That is not me. Because I'm a nurse, I know that if I had diabetes and they put me on it, I'm gonna have to take it. So I'm like, I'm gonna take it for weight loss then. If it's safe for somebody who has diabetes, then it should be safe for me. It's a very tiny needle. It doesn't hurt, no. I Googled online, Ozempic. I got this clinic where you put in your information, they give you a virtual consultation, and then they mail you the medication. Yeah.
So you never saw a doctor?
No. Online, like virtually. Semaglutide, that's another name for Ozempic.
There's plenty of doctors who are willing to make money by handing out these prescriptions like candy. You can do a 5-minute questionnaire online, never having seen a doctor, and some doctor will just send you a prescription for Ozempic.
Don't come stealing my Ozempic.
My name is Mike Israel. I am a sports scientist. I've been competing in bodybuilding since 2013. I compete in untested bodybuilding, which means it's a free-for-all for how many drugs you can take. We're talking about pretty liberal doses of all sorts of drugs, and so I'm kind of my own little mini science experiment. In competitive bodybuilding, you're judged on roughly 3 criteria. One is symmetry. Another criteria is muscle size. The more jacked and heavier you are and the more billowing your pecs are, the better. But the last one, and by far the most important one for winning shows, is how little body fat you have, how lean you are. And the only reliable way to reduce body fat to its limit low levels is to eat substantially less food than your body would want. Your body was engineered by evolution to try not to get lean, because typically when you were lean, that means you were going to die of starvation really soon. So on your way down to very low body fats in bodybuilding, the hunger turns from non-existent to inconvenient to driving you insane. With Ozempic, most people think like, wow, this is awesome. I don't have to suffer through hunger anymore. You can get ultra, 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 ultra lean to your best ability without hunger being that really nasty factor.
So are you taking Ozempic right now?
Yes, oh yes, proudly. And ever since I started taking these drugs, I've never come off. It is the most radical transformation that we've seen in the pharmacology of weight loss ever. Your ability to lose weight can be a test of your willpower, or you can take the pill. It is an enhancer. It is a liberator. But I want to ask you the question, do you want to be a better version of yourself, whatever that means to you? What if we had a little bit of help? I think help is a good thing. I think more than 75% of people who are overweight will eventually try and successfully integrate these drugs into practice. It just works. There's just no other way to say it. It just works. It's a miraculous feeling.
I'm Tim Biohacker, and welcome to the Health Optimization Summit, where nearly 3,000 people just like you are optimizing their health with nature, technologies, supplements, and having a great time meeting new friends. A biohacker is someone that uses nature, science, technology, and any means necessary to optimize your health. And because their lives are being transformed, they're healthier, happier, thinner.
I'm Dr. Amy Killen. I'm a physician. I'm a regenerative medicine and longevity physician. For the last few years, whenever we ask any of the longevity doctors like myself, what's the biggest game changer right now? Everyone says the GLP-1s. I would say that at least 50% of us might benefit from at least very low doses of these medications, at least for a short period of time.
Feel slightly aloud, and we'll see how many crank up. Starting from a standing position.
2, 1, go.
Okay, let's go.
I'm Ben Greenfield. I'm a coach, author, speaker, podcaster. I'm sometimes accused of being a human guinea pig. I prefer the term immersive journalist because it sounds more professional. I did experiment with injectable GLP-1s. The reason that I tried them is honestly the reason that I do a lot of stuff, because I want to know what I'm talking about feels like when I'm interviewing somebody on my podcast.
That's how we grow, that's how we get better.
So I took GLP-1s in a microdose format for a couple weeks, 1/10 of a normal dosage.
Starting off, it controlled appetite shockingly well.
It went from mild appetite suppression to a complete lack of desire to eat, period. And you get nauseous when you're trying to eat the foods that you normally like.
I would make myself my beautiful, glorious morning blueberry coconut water smoothie and then just kind of sit there staring at it, asking why the heck I made myself a smoothie.
And the other thing I should mention is that I had gastric upset. I was alternating between constipation and diarrhea. And I think the biggest takeaway for me was that it seems like you can get pretty good effects with a smaller dose.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for coming out, man. Good job. Yeah.
I'm Dr. Sanjeev Sokalingam. I'm the Scientific Director for Obesity Canada. Really, the real challenge here is to think about what is the underlying cause for obesity. So if we think about our cave people days, we were hunters and gatherers, right? And our brains were wired in such a way to tell us that we need to search for food. But we live where just down the street, there's a bunch of fast food. We can access food on demand.
When you're eating a lot of these ultra-processed foods, you don't know when to stop because you're not activating the natural hormonal system that tells you that you should stop. So they essentially hijacked our brain. Cheese puffs, for example, are classic. There's almost nothing less natural than a cheese puff. And everybody loves them. That's because that artificial processing has been designed to send off these signals that reward us. Then you're not activating any of your satiety signaling, so therefore you're going to be hungry again. You just can't stop.
Many of my patients talk about food noise. That'd be a difficult way to live, and unfortunately for many people living with obesity, that's what they struggle with on a day-to-day basis. So if we were able to turn down food noise through interventions like GLP-1, what we're trying to do is free up real estate in our brain, right? Think about all the free real estate, the space that you would have if you were living with obesity and didn't have to focus on food. I would say it's an important tool in our toolbox to alleviate that food noise.
At
Nourish, we work with clients across the whole food ecosystem. The Ozempic effect is when people don't eat as much. Their plate gets smaller. We're certainly seeing the snackification, I would say, of foods. We're seeing snack size actually becoming the main course. One of the first signals we got was Walmart in the US reporting on consumers who were shopping at Walmart and also purchasing their GLP-1 prescriptions at the Walmart pharmacy. And what they saw was snack foods go down, whole foods go up. They're focused on getting enough fiber, getting enough nutrients, getting enough protein.
There have been several studies which show that people eat far less junk food, less of the snacks, the salty snacks, the sugary snacks. They're eating more vegetables. Indeed, those people who take it do change their diets and seem to make really good choices in what they're doing.
I'm the type of guy that I would get up, go to the kitchen, open the pantry, open the fridge, not hungry, I'm just looking for something to eat. And now, for some reason, I don't want to do that. It's changed my snacking almost completely. One of my favorite things, chocolate-covered almonds. I love chocolate-covered almonds. Every day after work, I would stop at the grocery store and buy a bag of candy. Now with the Ozempic, I don't go in there. I walk past. My brain doesn't say, go in there and get some. It's invisible to me now.
GLP-1s allow us to change our entire relationship with food. What you crave, what you want to eat. It gives our brain freedom from constantly thinking about eating. It's almost instant, and it gives tremendous power back to the individual.
We've also been tracking the obesity rate, and it has been going up basically since the 50s. It's basically a hockey stick. And this last year, for the first time, it stopped growing and actually fell a little bit. So every calorie that they eat has to count for more. And the challenge for the food industry is finding their share within that smaller plate size.
Being on Ozempic, I actually lost 35 pounds in a year. I would have a little devil on this side, a little angel on this side. The devil would say, oh, you deserve it, have the chips, have the chocolate. There's not that voice going on anymore saying like, oh, it's okay, just eat it. It completely disappeared. Being in charge of such a big operation here, it does give you a different view of the foods. Our customer is actually pretty vocal when it comes to trends, and that's how I know that trends are happening, and that's how we go into that recipe development. Because we want to be the leader in the industry, the current trend that we're seeing is the GLP-1 trend. Probably in the next 3 months, we will develop another 10 to 15 dishes that will be for that trend. We are actually making 1,200 salads a day. Bowls, where we do see the popularity go up on the bowls. It's very GLP-1 friendly. GLP-1 recipes, they are high in protein. They are smaller portions. We will gear towards that feedback from the customer because they're asking for it.
Ozempic doesn't let you eat fries, hamburgers. If you bite it and you just feel like you want to throw up, you just can't take it. So I use honey instead of sugar. In the beginning, I experienced constipation, and then I read about side effects where your gut gets paralyzed. I was like, uh-oh, my gut is paralyzed. I took laxatives and they didn't work, and I was like, okay, this is how I die. But then it started working and the engine got restarted. You lose maybe 2 pounds every 2 weeks. I'm just hoping that there are no long-term side effects because we are kind of pioneers. I plan to be on it forever.
In the next 5 to 10 years, I think a ton of people are going to be on GLP-1s, either at standard dosages or at micro dosages. I think it will be probably one of the most popular drugs of all time.
Thank you so much for coming out.
I am Dr. Melissa Hirschberg. Ozempic. It is a game changer in medicine for both diabetes and weight loss. All of a sudden, patients would start to see ads like Ozempic, ask your doctor. So people slowly started coming in saying, okay, I'm asking my doctor, what is this? And then it's just blown up. I remember 10 years ago when I started doing Botox, people would be, don't tell anybody I'm getting this done. Fast forward 10 years, everybody's like, yeah, I'm going to my Botox appointment. And I think we're going to see the same thing with Ozempic. When people started losing so much weight on Ozempic, phrases like Ozempic face and Ozempic butt became popular. All of a sudden they look great, they've lost weight, but where did my facial fullness go? Where did my perky butt go? Because they're losing fat in their face and in their buttocks. So plastic surgery is booming, and I don't think that trend's going anywhere.
What's remarkable about GLP-1 medications is GLP-1 medications seem to affect the reward pathway for not only food, but also for drugs and alcohol, and some other addictive behaviors. That is the biggest thing I see on these medications. Their brain tells them they don't need it anymore.
I'm Dr. Greg Dillon. I'm a psychiatrist in private practice in New York. The notion of GLP-1s treating other compulsions or addictions that you might not be aware of or might not see is bearing out all over the place. Gambling is so prevalent because it's thrown at us. It's on your phone. There's no question that we're facing this at way huger numbers than ever. Where these medications could be really helpful is to derail that train car for a minute and to make them feel, now it's not really giving me much of a rush at all, never mind, why do it?
I think we're going to see a lot more use of this drug for things like gambling, sports betting, porn addiction.
Porn. It's one of the world's fastest growing addictions, and young men are by far the most afflicted.
Definitely the interest and the use of porn in young men seems to be off the charts. Patients who've come in on the GLP-1s for weight loss have said that likely as a result of the GLP-1s, it doesn't give me the same rush, it doesn't give me the same thrill. They also no longer have the craving. So having the opportunity for medication that might break that cycle that you can't otherwise break could be really useful.
People drink a whole heck of a lot less on these medications, and their desire for alcohol diminishes or goes away completely.
The Ozempic effect gets rid of that reward center around alcohol. So what we're seeing is people are drinking a lot less. So I could see the alcohol industry continuing to shrink over time.
How's it going? Good. I'm Matt Johnson. I'm CEO and co-founder of Collective Arts. We're a lifestyle beverage company. We're all about creativity. Out of this site, we would do, on an annual basis, about 15 million cans. That's delicious. My whole career has been really about understanding consumer needs and those evolving trends. The Ozempic effect, I can't think of another trend that could cause a category, an industry of food and beverage to go through such rapid change. But when you read reports that are saying 60% reduction in alcohol consumption. That's pretty alarming. And then you apply that to the percentage of people that we expect will be interested in these drugs. It's exponential. Luckily, we are already leaning in on health and wellness, and we've really built a whole side of our business that is all about those trends. So I think we are nicely ahead of the curve. So these vessels here, they're steeping vessels. So if you can imagine taking botanicals like you would a tea and steeping them in these vessels, that allows us to create all the great flavors using real ingredients and not having to mask with sugar or artificial sweeteners. As you can see here, this is our non-alcoholic lineup. Botany elixirs, we think, are perfectly set up for the GLP-1 trend. They're wellness beverages, coconut water, fruit, full of vitamins and adaptogens. And we have leaned into the smaller cans for more moderate consumption.
We now have these medications entering stage 2 and 3 trials for potentially using them for the treatment of alcohol and drug abuse. So I think that's very exciting.
Right now we are in Copenhagen at the university. I run a GLP-1 alcohol trial where we include patients with alcohol use disorder. Half of the group got placebo and the other half got a GLP-1 medication. And then in the end we see if they drink less compared to the group who gets the placebo. We also did some brain imaging studies of the participants. And we showed them a lot of pictures of beer, red wine, drinks, and so on. We saw that the group who got the GLP-1 medications, they actually had a reduced brain response. They weren't triggered as much.
So it seemed to be an effect that's there as long as the compound is there. And we can actually see that where you have patients who said it decreases my craving for alcohol.
That's what they described, that they don't have the alcohol noise anymore. This work has been going on for many years, and also especially here in Copenhagen, and also in monkeys. At the St. Kitts Islands in Caribbean, there is this huge amount of monkeys, and many of them actually have a drinking problem. There are some really good research facilities there.
The local people don't like them particularly. They're not very popular at all.
About 20% of the monkey population out there are addicted to alcohol, just like humans are.
These animals are very intoxicated. They couldn't keep balance, they fall. They drop down and are lying on their back and so on. So that's heavily intoxicated monkeys.
What we're seeing is that after some weeks, the group of monkeys getting these GLP-1 drugs drink much less compared to the group of monkeys who get placebo.
It was 40–45% reduction in total alcohol intake. So that's a lot.
For us as researchers, we think it's a huge breakthrough for treating patients with alcohol use disorder, helping many people around the world.
My name is Susan Rudy Spring, and my business is The Wedding Dresser. My team is a collective of fashion and costume designers and makers. We do super fashion-y Brooklyn brides, we do very traditional brides, but our biggest draw is the fact that we can restyle and resize dresses. We are seeing many more brides who are using weight loss drugs and using them in a more ferocious fashion. When someone has had a really large weight loss, rather than just doing the normal, which is taking in the side seams of the dress, we're often taking in the sides, taking in the center back seam. So we're literally taking the dress apart at the seams and repatterning it. Ozempic weight loss causes issues like loose skin, saggy arms, that kind of thing. Brides are now trying to hide their arms. So we actually make something called a mitt, and this will give them coverage so that their loose skin is tucked in. Ozempic can lead to loose breasts. We've always seen brides lose some weight during the process, and they lose 5, 10, 15 pounds, and most often they lose that like right before the wedding. But that's a very different kind of weight loss than what happens with Ozempic. The brides tend to be losing more like 35, 40 pounds. I have heard of weight losses up to 80 pounds. We have perfected taking in dresses up to 10 inches or more. I communicate with a lot of other bridal specialists and bridal shop owners through Facebook groups and professional organizations, and I'm already hearing of them being in crisis. I see a world where if everybody's on Ozempic, there won't be enough humans in the world to alter those dresses. I think the crisis is going to grow in the next few years as more and more people are able to access these drugs. And because of being able to access these drugs, there's more pressure on brides to be thin.
Clothing is definitely being affected. My patients are either not shopping because they're losing so much weight that they don't even know what size they're in, or they're having to shop continuously.
My name's Aileen Selkirk. We are at Posh Boutique. I've been in business for 44 years. Every 10 pounds basically brings you down a size. If you lose 10 pounds, you're going to go down one size. If you lose 20 pounds, you're going down another size. So here we have a large, and here we have a smaller size, extra small, which would be a size 4, and that's where this seems to be going. I started to look at numbers the other night, and from last year to this year in terms of sizing, and we definitely sold more smaller sizes than we did the previous year. And we've sold more belts in the past year than we have sold in probably 5 years, because women are slimming down and they want to show off their waist. So belt sales, I think, are going to increase even more.
I am Kelly Freeman.
I am Rory Lindo.
We are the owners of Doll Factory by Damsels.
So we've found that, if someone has lost a substantial amount of weight, they're probably going to want to buy something new, and we're here for that. We have dresses of all sizes, and they're pretty, they're fun, they're lighthearted, they're whimsical.
This is a romper, and it has pockets. This one is very stretchy. On average, we're seeing maybe about 2 sizes difference, and yeah, it's exciting for them.
Is it the Ozempic effect? Maybe. But what do they do with all those old clothes? So we even started a program called Do It Again Dolls.
It's a whole thing where we sell, they get a store credit.
So it's a trade. It's trading in their old clothes for new clothes.
Yeah. So it seems to be a win-win. It's great for us too, great for our community, and great for people with fluctuating sizes.
And great for the environment.
If any industry can keep up the fashion industry, we are like raccoons. We will survive, pandemics, recessions, whatever, size changes, we're willing to go with the flow.
Yeah, we're adaptable.
Yeah.
I just saw a patient last week who was like, I have $10,000 worth of suits in my closet, and I took them to the tailor, and they said I've lost so much weight that you can't even take them in.
I'm Sean Wells. I'm a biochemist. I
really feel like there's room for the GLP-1s. It's a fascinating mechanism, but I would like less of a cowboy approach, a populational approach. Let's take the great experiment. Let's do it in big doses. One scary effect that we're seeing is that these people are losing weight faster than ever before, but they're also losing a disproportionate amount of muscle. They're also losing more bone. When we're losing a lot of muscle, we tend to lose a lot of bone as well.
A big issue with this is you'll be healthier in some ways, but not in others. And muscle is the number one thing in terms of longevity as we get older, to protect ourselves from falling, breaking hips.
Longevity is about strength, right? You need to be able to get out of a chair easily when you're 85, 90 years old.
I've been looking at some studies that show that gym memberships actually go down when people are on these drugs and have successfully lost weight. We're people who like shortcuts, who like comfort, and so if there's a shortcut and you don't need to go to the gym, that seems to be what a number of people are doing.
We're about 1,500 plus studios, 68 countries, and we're continuing to grow. I'm Tom Dowd, and I'm the CEO of F45. Is Ozempic a magic pill? I think the answer is going to be no, simply because you have to work out and not lose muscle mass, because muscle mass is a longevity pill.
The concern is that when folks go on GLP-1s, they're eating less calories in total. It's critical for anyone using these drugs to be consuming enough protein, consuming the right type of nutrition, and also, of course, strength training.
Part of my work with patients is saying, hey, I get it. You need to reframe your relationship with the gym, that this isn't about weight loss. Now, this is about longevity, strength, and overall health.
Sarcopenia, which is the loss of muscle, happens naturally as we age. So if you have that coupled with these GLP-1 drugs, we could be in for a real crisis. A lot of seniors falling and breaking things later in life.
We're finding out that a lot of our members are actually taking it that weren't really talking about it. So for us, we embraced it because we want people who are on it not to hide it. We started offering it to our membership base. So if you want to go on Ozempic or any other GLP-1 drug through F45, you have to go through a teledoc service. So just like any other doctor visit, you have to go through the same process with us. I think it's definitely going to grow as more people see other people with the results and losing weight and working out more, which is great for us.
My name is Peter Lund Madsen, and we are in the center of Copenhagen. This city has changed a lot since the 90s because everyone has gotten much more wealthy in Denmark. There's a lot of cafes, there's a lot of people. Ozempic has also a part to play in this. We have in Denmark a very, very big company. Novo Nordisk is very important for the financial growth in Denmark. If it hadn't been for Novo Nordisk, we would not have had growth the last 2 years. So it's a very, very important economical factor for Denmark.
I've had a few patients who, as soon as I put them on this medication years ago, they immediately went and invested in the companies because they knew that nothing in their lifetime of 60, 70 years had worked like this.
My name is Jens Juhl Holst. I am a professor of medical physiology at the University of Copenhagen. We found GLP-1 here in this laboratory. This is really where it all happens, where we are doing the analyses for the hormones. We're doing a lot of experiments to understand the secretion of GLP-1. So that's what's going on here. All of this really started in 72, 73. So it was extremely exciting. But eventually, Novo Nordisk began working on this, and therefore potentially could do something about obesity and the complications of obesity. That's when, the public became aware of this.
The molecule behind Ozempic was created and invented by Novo Nordisk and Danish scientists, and the way it happened is miraculous. As it looks now, you have to take this drug for the rest of your life. So it is a drug that will carry an enormous demand in the future. I think that in 5-10 years, there will be so many people in the Western world, in the total world, who will be on this drug or who would want to be on this drug. A lot of big problems can be solved, maybe, by this single molecule.
And so when we look at our population, we have 93% metabolic dysfunction, meaning our metabolism isn't functioning optimally. We're aging faster biologically than chronologically. The majority of all diseases are not genetic in nature, but metabolic in nature. Cancer, Parkinson's, coronary heart disease. We're actually heading towards type 3 diabetes, which is diabetes of the brain, which is also known as Alzheimer's. And that number is rising.
There are a few mechanisms that are leading to such a profound health benefit from GLP-1s. So we are seeing improvement in cardiovascular outcomes, kidney outcomes. We are decreasing all sorts of inflammation and dysregulation and leads to disease.
My name's Daniel Drucker, and I've been working on GLP-1, which is the science that supported the development of drugs like Ozempic. I've been working for about 40 years. What's really caught everyone's attention are the effects beyond blood sugar control, beyond weight loss. Personally, I have a family history of Alzheimer's disease, as do many people, and it's fascinating to me that perhaps the drugs might benefit people at risk for Alzheimer's, so we're certainly spending a lot of time and effort trying to figure out how that works. We look at inflammation, for example. How does GLP-1 talk to the immune system to reduce inflammation and make people with arthritis or metabolic liver disease feel healthier? Is that directly talking to the immune system? We have people telling us that they feel better and they have less brain fog and their arthritis is better after just one injection. For example, rheumatoid arthritis. This is the same hand from the same individual, now remarkably improved. So we strongly suspect that GLP-1 is reducing inflammation independent of its effects on body weight.
We can see now that it has very powerful effects on inflammation. Okay, we dampen inflammation and we have beneficial actions on the blood vessels, where the risk of developing dementia with a GLP-1 reduces the occurrence of dementia by 50%, as much as that.
I think the greatest additional benefit is the reduction of heart disease. So reduction of heart attacks, strokes, cardiovascular death. Reducing the rate of dying is obviously extremely important.
And what we are seeing is that by improving metabolic health with these medications, we're decreasing a whole host of diseases, 16 types of cancer, cardiovascular disease, dementia, Alzheimer's.
And that's really taken us all by surprise, and it's pretty exciting.
Comedy Club, Upper West Side. My name is Lauren Hope Crass. I'm a body positive and fat liberationist, a stand-up comedian, podcaster.
And give it up right now for Lauren Hope Crass.
Thank you. Ozempic. Like, it would just like be in your head and you're like, what is that? Fat people in summer, we do not get along, okay? We are mortal enemies. Superman has kryptonite, fat people, we have Fahrenheit. I think my issue was just with like the mass marketing of like, everybody take this. If you're fat, you have a disease, you have to take this. You know, it's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I mean, people are saying it. They're saying heroin chic is back and you're seeing it. Body positivity is no longer trending, which is terrifying. Like, everyone is shrinking. Hello and welcome to Belly Laughs. This is your host, Lauren Hope Crass. And today we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, GLP-1s. Did I do a good job? You did great. Thanks. Thank you for joining me today. With Belly Laughs, I'll talk about like wellness trends, I'll debunk them, I'll talk about my own life and my wellness journey, which has nothing to do with weight loss. I have a low A1C, I have low cholesterol, I'm fit, I take the stairs, like I'm a healthy fat person. We exist. So there is a way to pursue health in a way that is outside of pursuing weight loss. I think the hyper marketing of GLP-1s for weight loss to a mass population is harmful because everybody's different. And for me, weight is one health marker, right? What you're talking about is eradicating a demographic. It's so freaking stigmatizing and scary. It's like, oh, now that there is a proven way to keep weight off, I'm walking around in the world as a fat person and I've got other people looking at me like, you know, you don't have to be like that. And it's like, I know. Fast forward 5 years and if half the country is walking around skinny and on their GLP-1s, the microscope on fat people is going to be even harsher. And that's where I come in to try to cut through that anti-fat bias and to say, fat people can do lots of amazing things. And so I love to interview plus size people on the street and ask them like, how did you find this outfit? What crazy hoops did you have to go through to like look this cute? Hello and welcome to another episode of Fat Fashion with me, your host, Lauren Hope Crass. Alexis, tell me about this beautiful floral winter jacket. Slay. We got a twirl. It's fabulous.
Like an oversized glasses. I usually do big hoops. Today we're doing medium.
My message for fat people is like, you can do hot girl shit. You know, like you don't have to spend the rest of your life trying to shrink yourself into an impossible box. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting like emotional, but it's fine. If you want to take Ozempic, it's okay, girl. It's okay. But like, it makes me sad. Like, it's people are getting some issues that, you know, it's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. And they go, oh, you're fat, here's a GLP-1. And then they send you on your way. If half of the world is on Ozempic, it's going to be boring. Going to restaurants, going to parties, get a little Ozempic-sized birthday cake.
We're seeing that people on these drugs are not going out to restaurants as much. I think it's kind of sad myself. I think, you know, there's the joy in food and the sharing, like we connect as a species over food. But I do see that a lot of people on these drugs, they're actually taking themselves out of those social situations.
So imagine that you're taking this drug now where you simply don't get any enjoyment from your food. That's great because you're losing weight. But what about if you're going to a big wedding or it's Thanksgiving or it's Christmas? As it goes on, month after month of this, where you're just not enjoying your food anymore, I think it gets a little bit wearing.
So the great experiment is on. I see half the population being on GLP-1s. I do see that going over 50%. Maybe 93% of the population that's metabolically dysfunctional will be forced to have it.
It's my real hope that these medications start to free us from this pattern where we have just gotten heavier and heavier and unhealthier and unhealthier.
The Ozempic, I would definitely say, is most likely a lifesaver.
After you lose weight, you realize you gain a lot back. You gain your happiness back, your confidence back.
People still have to remember that this is a drug. This is a pharmaceutical drug. You have to use it in the proper dose.
I do not hope for a world in a few generations where everyone's on this shot. Even though I love these drugs, and I think that they are true miracle workers, I do not want everyone to have to be on them.
It's hard to say what the downstream effects of all of this are. I'm not saying that GLP-1s are bad. I'm saying that we need more data. Everything is just happening in real time on a massive level. We are the great experiment.